The Huawei Nova 11 Pro, one feature-packed smartphone with two major drawbacks: no Google services and an old 4G chipset. So why should you consider it? In this video, I'm going to be covering the design, display, camera, and other features of the phone, trying to answer that very question. So if you're thinking of buying the Nova 11 Pro, or you're just curious about it, then be sure to stick around. I'm Neo from Handy Tech Reviews. Welcome to the Huawei Nova 11 Pro. There's one place I've got to give Huawei some props on, is the fact that the Nova 11 Pro is a gorgeous phone. The vegan leather at the back with the debossed Nova logos all over gives it quite a premium feel. The camera housing is sleek and stylish. The frame, though plastic, feels good and doesn't cheapen the overall design of the phone. To add on to that, the curved edges make it easy to hold in the hand. The Nova 11 Pro has a beautiful 6.78-inch OLED display, which makes it sharp and colorful, and it also has 120Hz refresh rate, which makes it smooth and responsive. The display is also protected by Kunlun glass, which according to Huawei makes it scratch resistant and has a 10 times drop resistance compared to normal glass. All this comes together to give you a great scrolling and media consumption. Videos are sharp, animations are smooth, and pictures appear clear and crisp. All's good so far, but the next part has some of the downfalls of the phone. The Nova 11 Pro is powered by the Snapdragon 778G 4G chipset, which, let's be honest, is old at this point. Yes, we have seen it perform well in phones like the beloved Samsung A73 5G, but I would have loved Huawei to at least use one of the Kirin chips like they're doing in the Mate 60 series. It's also running MIUI 13, which is based on Android 12, and has some features from the Harmony OS 3. The phone also comes with 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. The Nova 11 Pro has a dual camera system on the rear, where the main camera is a 50 megapixel sensor, which takes great photos in all lighting conditions. The phone also has an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera that doubles as a macro camera for those rare super close-up shots. And it has a laser focus sensor that makes it easier to capture photos of moving subjects. It's also sporting a dual camera selfie system set up with a 60 megapixel ultra-wide and an 8 megapixel close-up portrait camera. And I must say that the combination of these cameras makes great photos and videos. The main camera shots are crisp and clear with smooth and great colors, controlling the light very well with good detail. The ultra-wide shots come out amazing thanks to that laser focus sensor. You can see how much detail is being preserved and also how hard it's working to make sure that the edges of the picture stay clear and quality doesn't fall off. Now when zooming in, there is a drop in vibrancy, with white seeming more muted. Now the picture is still clear and you can still make out good levels of detail. At max zoom, the photos are noisy with some color distortion, but you can still make out what the shot is of. Playing around with the portrait images at different apertures, you can see that at different levels, the bokeh is great and the edge detection is amazing. Once you set a focus area, you will get amazing portraits, and I suggest that you play around with the aperture mode on the camera app, as it's a lot of fun. So overall, the Nova 11 Pro has a set of well-rounded rear cameras for great photos in all situations. Now testing out that 60 megapixel selfie camera, and boy, what a delightful experience. Great, clear, crisp, and detailed selfies with amazing colors and shadows. These are definitely Instagram ready. Now the zoomed in selfies are super zoomed. They really dive into your face. You'll still get good detail and colors, but these for me are too zoomed in. The ultra wide selfies are also great with amazing detail and colors, and it's also handling the light very well. Now moving on to the video. The rear camera footage is very solid. The video is clear with great color and great detail. It's also smooth at 4K 60fps. There are also a lot of vlog modes which are fun to play around with. There's a dual front and rear video mode, while great has a lot of stuttering on the rear footage. Also, you need to look at the middle of the screen to look as if you are facing the camera straight on. There's a rear picture-in-picture mode which also stutters, and the same can be said for the side-by-side rear vlog mode. This is where the old processor hurts the experience on this phone. The selfie video at 4K 60fps is smooth, with a normal focal length. Zoomed in, it's still a bit too close for me. The ultra-wide, which I will say is the most clear and detailed, has great colors. Regardless of the small little flaws, the Nova 11 Pro has an amazing set of cameras, both rear and front, and you will get great pictures and good videos. The Nova 11 Pro has a 4500 mAh battery. This battery is large enough to last you the whole day on a single charge. And should it not, the phone supports up to 100 watts of Huawei Supercharged Turbo 2.0, which is advertised to give you 50% of battery life within just 15 minutes of charging. Now, if you've made it this far, please like and share the video, as it helps us out a lot. Also, subscribe to the channel to help us get these numbers up so we can start asking for demos to give you guys more in-depth reviews. Now, in conclusion, the Huawei Nova 11 Pro is a great smartphone. It has a beautiful design, a great set of cameras, and a long-lasting battery with fast charging. Even though it's stuck with an old chip and no 5G, which sucks because it's priced at 16,999 rands, I believe that the rest of the specs make up for the downfall. Yes, there aren't any Google mobile services, but Huawei has made a workaround for those with Gbox, where you'll get YouTube, Gmail, Google Drive, and other Google apps. And I know this solution might not be for everyone. If Google services are a deal breaker for you and you want the latest chip, then the Nova 11 Pro is not for you. But if you're looking for a smartphone with great cameras, good performance, a great screen, then the Nova 11 Pro is definitely worth considering. And as always, thank you for watching my review of the Huawei Nova 11 Pro, and thank you to the team at the Huawei Experience Store at Clearwater for allowing me to film in store. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. Until the next time, we out.